This is your last chance. If you are eligible, you have just 3 months left to pick up $60,000 in extra Social Security benefits or lose it forever. If you miss out, it will be like having 2 Social Security checks stolen from you every year for 18 years. That's like the government confiscating 3 years' worth of Social Security checks from you over your lifetime. But there's a catch. You have to apply before April 30th, 2016. That's the deadline. Once it passes, the $60,000 is off the table. So this is your only chance to make sure you don't miss out. You'll never get the opportunity again. Hello, my name is Tim Middlestat. I'm an editorial director for an independent financial research company. My company is part of a network of affiliates in 20 different countries spread across 4 continents. Over 2.4 million people read our collected work every day. And during the last 36 years, we've gained a reputation for exposing government boondoggles. We've made it our business to warn Americans ahead of time so they can take precautions to protect their wealth and liberty. For example, in 1994, one of our corporate affiliates reported that Bill Clinton and Congress were about to start taxing Americans who gave up their citizenship. Just months later, Clinton signed that exact bill into law. In 2008, another affiliate predicted Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the 2 largest and most leveraged owners of U.S. mortgages, are sure to go bankrupt in the next 12 months. The federal government took over their operations 3 months later. And for the last 5 years, my team has been showing readers how to take advantage of these 2 Social Security loopholes that let you collect up to $60,000 extra in benefits. In fact, we were amongst the first people to show seniors how to do it. We think it's your God-given right and obligation as a free citizen of the United States to make sure you get the absolute maximum in Social Security benefits you're owed from the U.S. government. After all, you've paid money into this program your whole life. But the sad truth, according to Fox News, is that most Americans will likely only get back about 75% of the money they pay in Social Security taxes. That's because most people don't know how to get all the money they're entitled to. And the fact remains that the U.S. government would rather spend your Social Security money on programs like Obamacare than give it to you. That's why they've closed these 2 loopholes, to steal an estimated $4 trillion from American seniors. There is one small sliver of hope, however, but you need to act today. You see, the ban doesn't go into effect immediately. Congress left a very small window open for eligible seniors to use these 2 loopholes. That window slams shut on April 30th, 2016. After that, you'll never get the opportunity to claim this money again. In a moment, I'll answer all of your urgent questions, and I'll tell you exactly how to figure out if you qualify for this last-minute window of opportunity. Keep in mind, I'm not associated with the Social Security Administration in any way, and all of this information is available at no cost on the Social Security website or in the handbook. You could call Social Security, but they only dispense information. That's why we compiled the information about these 2 loopholes and the extra benefits you can claim before April 30th in one simple-to-understand resource, and we'll give it to you for free. We'll also share 4 more little-known ways to boost your monthly Social Security intake that the government hasn't shut down yet. But you must act quickly, because the 2016 cuts are just the beginning. You see, Congress recently struck another backroom deal with President Obama. It likely involves further Social Security cuts that will affect millions more. These cuts could trim $4,200 a year off some folks' checks. For most people, that's another 3 months' worth of Social Security benefits gone. It all relates to something called a COLA, or cost of living adjustment. This is where typically the government increases your Social Security payment to keep it in line with inflation. But right now, the government says inflation is too low for a cost of living adjustment. How is this possible when you and I both know the cost of everything from healthcare to housing is shooting up? It turns out the Social Security Act has a complicated formula for determining inflation based on the cost of typical urban wage earners and clerical workers. Gas and food prices weigh heavily in this formula. With those commodities down right now, the calculations show no inflation. But other costs, like medical care, are barely factored in. And as most seniors know, that's by far their largest bill. People can afford to drive to the drugstore because gas prices are lower, but once they get there, they may not be able to afford their prescriptions, said AARP spokesman Joshua E. Rosenblum. The government should know better. Healthcare costs are skyrocketing for Medicare as well. The Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services says the program expects to see a $42 billion increase in payouts in 2016. And that's where the Social Security cut comes in. A small clause in the Social Security Act says that if there is no cost of living adjustment for Social Security, then by law, Medicare premiums can't be raised for the majority of middle to lower class Americans. Instead, 3.1 million select Americans will absorb the full increase. If you're one of them, you'll see Medicare premiums rise 52%. In some cases, you could lose as much as $4,200 in 2017 alone. That's like having nearly 3 months' worth of Social Security benefits ripped away from you. Bottom line, what we have here is a Social Security cut disguised as a Medicare cost increase. If you're affected, your Social Security money is going to be taken away from you to subsidize healthcare coverage for lower-income Americans, even though you've paid taxes into Social Security since your first job as a teenager. And I believe these cuts are coming immediately after the 2016 election. Politicians struck a temporary agreement in this year's budget bill. Rather than allow Social Security cuts to dominate the conversation during an election year, they patched over the problem. They authorized an emergency measure to keep the Medicare increase to just 15%, a far less noticeable number for most people. That fixes the issue until after the presidential election is settled in November 2016. As soon as it's over, you should expect to see even higher Medicare increases in 2017. Why? Because while the government managed to fix the problem this year, they also made it illegal to delay the increases in 2017. That means that by the inauguration of the next president, your Social Security benefits will likely be squeezed even further, robbing you of a potential $4,200 in 1 year alone. Have you considered the impact it would have on you if Social Security benefits shriveled up? Over 40% of American seniors live month to month, relying on Social Security to pay their essentials, their home, their food, and medicine. Would you be able to afford food and medicine and still make the mortgage payment? What about travel and grandchildren and all the other things you want to do with your money in retirement? The collapse of Social Security as we know it wouldn't just be an inconvenience. It would create a massive humanitarian crisis here in America. And it would stand as the worst thing the American government has ever done to its citizens. By now, I'm sure you're wondering if these cuts affect you and how much money you personally stand to lose. Let me answer those questions and show you how to claim an extra $60,000 in lifetime benefits before the deadline on April 30th, 2016. As usual, Congress took something simple and mucked it up. The new law regarding these two loopholes can be very confusing to the layman. There's a complicated formula that determines if you're eligible for this last chance window closing on April 30th. There are different eligibility requirements, including your current age. If you meet the criteria, you'll be able to lay claim to another $60,000 in the next 20 years. That's like getting 2 extra checks a year, forever. We've also studied the new law and created a simple quiz to help you determine your eligibility. And we've included it in our free informational guide, How to Boost Your Social Security Before It's Too Late. Inside, we reveal all of the details behind file and suspend and restricted application. When the law was changed, we were one of the first publishers to update the information in plenty of time before the April 30th window closes. In fact, we've just added brand new details on how to sign up for the extra benefits before April 30th. We'll also show you 4 other Social Security loopholes that will continue after April 30th. They have the power to bring in thousands of extra dollars a year in Social Security for seniors of all ages. For instance, most people have no idea they can get all of the Social Security they're owed in one lump sum. This option isn't for everyone, but in special situations like buying a home or dealing with expensive medical bills, it could come in handy. Professionals have always encouraged seniors to file for Social Security as late as possible, but there's one case when you should actually file early, not late. There's a one-time bonus increase to your payments you can claim at age 70 just by redoing your paperwork. We'll show you where to find the public form and how to fill it out. Of course, we can't guarantee Congress and Obama won't close these loopholes soon as well, so you need to act quickly. That's why we've included all of this information in a free, easy-to-understand guide, How to Boost Your Social Security Before It's Too Late. Of course, all of this information is publicly available on the Social Security Administration website and in the Social Security Handbook. But the handbook is over 2,726 pages long and contains a whole lot of fine print. Who has the time for that? That's why we did it for you. We've read over the handbook, and we've been following the implementation of this law by the hour. In a nutshell, the situation is changing daily, and we're on top of it. After we send you this guide, we'll also send you a follow-up email anytime something changes with the law, right up until April 30th and beyond. And we'll give you all of that information totally free. In a moment, I'll ask for your email address so we can immediately rush you a copy of How to Boost Your Social Security before it's too late. But keep in mind, this is just a short-term fix. This will help you squeeze a few more dollars out of the Social Security program. If the cuts get worse in the years to come, you'll be lucky just to break even, no matter how many loopholes you take advantage of. The second long-term step is to make sure you never have to rely on Social Security to fund your retirement. Most people see Social Security as a contract between you and the government. You pay money into the system, and they pay it back at a later date, guaranteed by law. But nothing could be further from the truth. Everyone knows by law you must pay your Social Security taxes. You have no choice. It comes out of your paycheck automatically. But did you know the government isn't under the same rigid contract? In fact, by ruling of the United States Supreme Court, the federal government is under no obligation to pay you a Social Security check. They can decide to spend the money on something else at any time. This is the clear precedent set in the case of Fleming versus Nestor. Ephraim Nestor was an immigrant from Bulgaria. He moved here in 1918 and paid Social Security taxes from the very beginning of the program, 1936. In 1955, when he retired, Nestor began receiving Social Security checks for $55.60 per month. But just 1 year later, Nestor was deported. Turns out, he'd been an active member of the Communist Party in the 1930s, giving the U.S. government grounds to kick him out. When he was deported, his Social Security checks stopped. Nestor sued the U.S. government, saying since he had paid money into the program, he had a right to those benefits. The Supreme Court ruled against Nestor, saying the government had the right to terminate Social Security at any time. Interestingly enough, the Social Security Administration has a full page on their website devoted to the Nestor case. The authorities themselves sum up the case this way. Nestor appealed the termination, arguing, among other claims, that promised Social Security benefits were a contract. In its ruling, the court rejected this argument and established the principle that entitlement to Social Security benefits is not a contractual right. Let me repeat that. You have no contractual right to Social Security. It could end tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that comes straight from the Social Security Administration themselves. That opinion reaffirmed the 1937 Helvering v. Davis opinion of the court that stated, "The proceeds of both the employee and employer taxes are to be paid into the Treasury like any other internal revenue generally, and not earmarked in any way. That means the government can spend your tax money on anything they want, and they are not contractually obligated to pay you. If you're retired and have paid taxes into Social Security all your life, it's enough to make your head explode. My friend, this is a warning. There is a war on retirees afoot. The Obama generation is turning on our seniors and their values. I know you can feel it in the peace deals with Iran and Cuba that spit in the face of American history, the Supreme Court decisions that threaten to tear down the sanctity of our churches. Now, they're taking away benefits you've paid into for years, and they have the full backing of the Supreme Court to do it. First, they're closing 2 loopholes that helped married couples get another $1,800 to $2,500 a year. After April 30th, 2016, those options won't be available anymore. Millions of seniors will be cheated, losing out on benefits they've paid into their whole life. On top of that, Congress is planning to cut nearly 3 months' worth of Social Security from some seniors as soon as the presidential election is over. This is a bipartisan deal. Both Democrats and Republicans alike want to keep your money for themselves. Even Donald Trump has remained uncharacteristically silent on the issue. Rest assured, before the new president takes office, there will be massive Social Security cuts announced for 2017. They'll come in the form of steep Medicare increases. Besides that, Social Security pays a lousy return anyway. In the near future, most seniors will likely receive only 75% of the money they put in. That's a 25% loss. And now more cuts are on the way. The system is broken. I know it might be frustrating, but you have to write off that money you paid in taxes as a loss. If you recoup anything in Social Security benefits from this point, consider yourself lucky. And you have to act quickly to replace that income. How do you do that? At the Palm Beach Research Group, we spent the last 2 years and over $3 million searching for this solution. The best possible way to protect yourself from the coming Social Security cuts and potentially make a few extra $1,000 a month. We had 24 retirement analysts, investigators, and journalists at work on this project, searching high and low for a safe, guaranteed way for American seniors to collect significant income every month without relying on the government. In the end, we found over 30 unique income tools seniors can use to pad their bank account and live a more comfortable retirement. All of these tools could help you replace the Social Security income you'll lose and then some. We provide the details on all of these opportunities in our new book, The Big Black Book of Income Secrets, which we'll send you in the mail completely free. For instance, we found a unique investment account buried in the fine print of the IRS tax code. Very few Americans have ever heard of this tool that is completely unconnected to the government, but powerful, wealthy American seniors like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and John McCain use it to pad their bank accounts. Walt Disney used it to fund his empire. So did McDonald's founder Ray Kroc. We call this unique tool Income for Life. What makes it such a magnet for the wealthy, but still such a powerful investment tool for regular Americans like you and I? First off, because it can pay a substantial, tax-free income. The average Income for Life account can grow up to 5% a year over the long term. Compounded over 30 years, that's a 165% gain. Meanwhile, Social Security might eventually give you 25% less than what you contributed in taxes. That's a huge difference, and it could mean tens of thousands more in income every year. But that's just one reason Income for Life is one great alternative to Social Security. At this point, trusting Social Security to pay for your retirement is like trusting a thief to guard your house. You'll be lucky if you get anything back. With an Income for Life account, you're in far safer hands. The major companies that issue these accounts have never missed an income payment for the last 100 years. That includes the Great Depression and the 2008 financial crisis. What makes them so safe? Unlike Social Security, Income for Life is a private contract that comes with contractual guarantees, and the returns aren't beholden to the stock market. They aren't run by a traditional bank who then takes your money and sticks it in riskier assets. As you remember, that's what brought down the financial system in 2008. But the safety and steady income are just a small part of the benefits of an Income for Life account. While anyone who makes more than $25,000 a year has to pay taxes on their Social Security payments, an Income for Life account will give you two huge tax benefits. One, all of the income you make is tax-free as long as it stays in your account. Two, the money you put in your account is invisible to the IRS. On top of that, there's very few limits to how much money you can put in Income for Life accounts, and you can withdraw your money anytime you'd like, which you can't do with an IRA or 401k without paying steep penalties. You can use the money in your Income for Life account to buy a car, a home, or pay medical bills in an emergency. It's there whenever you want it. And it's not just a tax shield. The money in your account is also protected from lawsuits in most states, even divorce. In fact, we recently shared this shortcut with a few close friends and associates. They're gushing over this previously unknown option. People like Keith B., who wrote in to say, I plan on using my Income for Life account for my children's education and to buy rental property. Or Greg R., who told us, I've already bought a small beach house thanks to this account. It's amazing. I don't need Wall Street anymore. Jason J. says Income for Life has drastically improved his family's lifestyle. Our account has helped us pay for a vacation club membership. We have plans to fund cars, vacations, and real estate. This account is simpler than other retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs in that it doesn't need monitoring. It's safer because a certain return is guaranteed, and it's more flexible in that we have access to the money in it. In a moment, if you're interested, I'll show you how to sign up for an Income for Life account and walk you through every part of the process, step by step. All of this information is in the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. This account alone could replace all of the income you stand to lose in the upcoming Social Security cuts, and even pay you significantly more than what you were expecting. However, the Income for Life account is just one of 30 different opportunities you'll find in this 410-page hardcover book. For instance, do you own a home? In Chapter 6, we'll share a unique program created by the FHA that lets you collect extra income every month just for staying in your home. You won't have to rent it out or add a second mortgage or anything like that. The Federal Housing Administration and the Office of Housing and Urban Development have teamed up to create an outstanding reward program for seniors. If you meet the requirements, you could get paid anywhere from $575 to $2,200 a month for the rest of your life, or at least as long as you live in your home. Here are the major qualifications for this senior homeowner's reward. You must be 62 years of age or older. You must own your home in full or have lived in it for at least 25 years. You must continue to occupy the property. If you meet these criteria, there's only 2 more steps you need to take, and you can start getting monthly checks, all because you're a senior who owns a home. I'm shocked how many seniors qualify for this reward who don't take advantage of an easy income source. That's why we included all the details in the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. And I don't just mean the positives. We break down the potential pitfalls of every single opportunity we recommend. Look, we don't expect you to completely trust us and do everything we say just because we say it. That would be ridiculous. You're intelligent enough to draw your own conclusions from our research. You don't need us to be cheerleaders. You need us to be a neutral evaluator who presents the pros and cons. Each chapter of the book comes with a full breakdown of the opportunity. Why was it created? How does it work in practice? Who's eligible? How much can you make? How can seniors use it to get the cash they need right away? We'll answer every single one of these questions in detail, with simple, easy-to-understand examples that walk you through the process. One of the most interesting opportunities is something called a private bond. It's not for everyone, but if you qualify, it can be very lucrative. With one click, you can buy a set of private bonds that pay 7.8%, 6%, and 5.8% a year. But they have nothing to do with the stock market or a huge corporation. Even better, these bonds have a 99.9% positive return rate. You can buy a portfolio of private bonds and roll them into your 401k or IRA. Take a look at Chapter 2 of the Big Black Book of Income Secrets and decide for yourself. If you're interested, we'll give you simple, easy-to-follow instructions so you can purchase private bonds in just 10 minutes. Thumbing through the book right now, there's another really exciting way to get more income in Chapter 9. You can use what we call the banker's code to make money 98% of the time, but you don't buy regular shares. Instead, the banker's code involves something called the secondary stock market, which can be much more valuable. For example, we recently showed readers how to make an annualized 20.7% return on Walgreens on the secondary stock market. Their regular shares dropped 2.3% in the last month. You could have grabbed a 21.4% annualized return on Apple's shares, which went down 6.8% in the past 6 months. Intel's secondary stock market shares saw a 28.7% annualized return, even while its regular shares went nowhere, down just 3.6% in the last 12 months. In the Big Black Book of Income Secrets, we'll share the banker's code and show you how to use it to profit 98% of the time on the secondary stock market. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, a book with this many unheard-of income secrets must cost a lot of money. And it's true. We charge anywhere from $30 to $50 retail for this book, but not for you. We're going to give you a copy for a very special price. Free. We'll even cover the shipping and handling to get this book to you as soon as possible. I'll explain why we do that in a moment, but take a look at just a couple more of the incredible income opportunities you'll learn about in the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. On page 88, you'll find a type of private retirement fund that pays guaranteed income and has nothing to do with the government, but that's also eligible for your tax-deferred 403b, 457b, 401k, and traditional IRA accounts. Page 297 describes an investment so good Warren Buffett uses it on the side all the time. You get steady monthly income with the upside of the stock market and the downside safety of a bond. On page 107, you'll discover a way to get guaranteed payments for the rest of your life. These payments go up when the market goes up, but when the market goes down, they stay locked in at the highest payment. You'll learn all of these secrets and more as soon as you get your free copy of the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. I'll send it to you today, along with instructions on how to take advantage of the last chance window for 2 lucrative Social Security loopholes. You won't pay a cent for either item, and combined, they'll show you how to start bagging 5 times more income every month. I only ask one favor from you. Give our monthly income resource, the Palm Beach Letter, a completely risk-free try today. The Palm Beach letter is written by Tom Dyson, a former forensic accountant at Citibank's London headquarters. After his father's retirement was wiped out in the 2008 financial crisis, Tom made it his personal mission to find reliable income sources for seniors. As the publisher of the Palm Beach Research Group, he spent over $3 million in 2 years' time to get to the bottom of these opportunities. That's what led him to write the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. And that's why he created the Palm Beach Letter. In the Palm Beach Letter, Tom will keep you updated on all of the opportunities he reveals in the book. And he'll show you a new income strategy every month. His goal is to show you at least 12 new ways to make safe, substantial income every year. You can use these opportunities to combat the loss of your Social Security benefits, both in 2016 and beyond. But you'll get so much more than that as a Palm Beach Letter subscriber. You'll have access to a universe of opportunities through our contacts in the financial world. We employ an army of experts on things like the stock market, annuities, insurance, mortgages, real estate, gold, silver, oil, currency, option trading. Our mission is to help American seniors live the retirement they deserve, an independent retirement where you're not worried about where the next dollar is coming from. You can focus on yourself, your family, and the life pursuits that make you happy, not some 9-to-5 job that's just there to pay the bills. And you won't have to keep biting your nails, hoping the next check from the government shows up. You'll receive your issue of the Palm Beach Letter on the first Thursday of every month. Occasionally, an opportunity is so urgent it can't wait until the next month's issue. In that case, we'll send you a full briefing ASAP, sometimes days before the new issue comes out. We created this service to give retirees like you a leg up, so we want you to have every piece of information as soon as we have it. We think it's the most comprehensive guide to retirement income out there. But don't just take our word for it. We're lucky enough to get letters and phone calls from happy Palm Beach Letter subscribers every day. Tully R., a brand new subscriber, wrote to update us. I have learned more in the last 6 months than in the prior 44 years, and I have had other newsletter subscriptions. I already feel like a major movement in my life has taken hold. Carol Q. adds, I cannot say for sure that yours is the best financial newsletter in the world, but I can honestly say it is absolutely the best I have subscribed to, and I have tried many over the years. You guys almost feel like family. It's obvious you have the very best interests of your subscribers at heart. Keep up the fantastic work. Stephanie A. told us she'd tried a number of other investment newsletters, but I must say your newsletter is my favorite. It really has been priceless. I cannot wait to read everything you share. I just want you to know how much your hard work is appreciated. We're truly humbled by these notes. It's very satisfying to know the work we're doing is helping thousands of Americans who want to retire and stay retired. And we want to help you too. That's why we've made this offer as generous as possible. When you subscribe to the Palm Beach Letter, you'll get 60 days to decide if it's right for you. That's what I mean by risk-free. That way, you'll get a chance to test drive the service, read the 2 monthly issues, take a look at our archives, and of course, read through your 2 free gifts, How to Boost Your Social Security Before It's Too Late, and the Big Black Book of Income Secrets. If you're not satisfied with the money-making opportunities we show you, simply call or email us anytime, and we'll send you a full refund. No questions asked. And even after those 60 days are up, we'll still give you a prorated refund at any time. And you could keep the Social Security report and the book, our compliments, as a thank you for giving us a try. So how much does a trial subscription to the Palm Beach Letter cost? Way less than you might think, especially when you consider you'll also get one more incredible resource free. At the Palm Beach Letter, we don't just care about helping you make money. We also want to help you save money and improve your lifestyle. And we've compiled nearly 100 ways you can cut costs on daily expenses, healthcare, vacations, and much more. We put it all in one simple online resource. It's called the Retirement Crib Sheet, everyday tips you can use to save thousands a year. It's full of shortcuts you can use to make your retirement a heck of a lot simpler. For example, if you know the secret password, you can fly first class for free on any airline, anytime you want. Never pay ATM fees again, and you won't have to switch your current bank or drive miles out of your way. This tiny device gives the same channels and picture quality as your cable company for over $100 less a month. Get a free gym membership with your Medicare plan. Always guarantee you pay the lowest gas price when you fill up the tank. You could save $400 a year. Traveling abroad? Pay just $20 for unlimited international phone calls. Learn any language you want for free on your phone. This is proven to work 50% faster than Rosetta Stone's $500 program. Avoid these 3 aisles of the grocery store. You'll save hundreds of dollars a year and you'll eat healthier. We have a researcher solely dedicated to maintaining this immense resource. She's always searching for ways you can save more money, and she puts them all in the retirement crib sheet. Just so you know, I won't be sending the retirement crib sheet in the mail. You see, many of these money-saving shortcuts can be found on the internet. Instead of searching high and low to find these links yourself, we've put them all in one place. That's why we call it your crib sheet. This is a reference you can use to save money on cable TV, internet, gas, airfare, hotels, fancy dinners, groceries, taxes, on and on. With our online reference, you can click one link and start using these shortcuts right away. And we include simple, step-by-step instructions for how to use each. This crib sheet is yours free as well, simply by taking a trial subscription to the Palm Beach Letter. So how much will the Palm Beach Letter cost you? Typically, we charge $99 a year for the Palm Beach Letter, but I'm going to give you a much lower price. Take a trial subscription today, and you'll pay just $49 for a full year. That's $4.08 a month, less than 2 gallons of gas. And for the same price it would take you to drive 40 miles, you'll get a whole new universe of income opportunities. You can use these tools to collect thousands of dollars a year and say goodbye to relying on Social Security. You'll also have 60 days to test the Palm Beach Letter out. If it's not what you expected, simply call or email us within the allotted time and you'll get your money back. Here's everything else you'll get free with your Palm Beach Letter subscription. How to boost your Social Security before it's too late. Congress and President Obama are taking away 2 Social Security loopholes worth $60,000 over your lifetime. But select seniors have a short window until April 30th, 2016 to claim these benefits or lose them forever. We'll help you figure out if you're eligible and exactly what you need to do to claim this extra money before it's too late. We'll also show you 4 other loopholes that will continue after April 30th. Everyone can take advantage to squeeze more income from Social Security. The Big Black Book of Income Secrets. Learn over 30 different ways seniors can pick up safe, reliable income every month. These unique solutions could easily help you make up the money you stand to lose in Social Security. The Retirement Crib Sheet. Everyday tips you can use to save thousands every year. This electronic report contains over 100 tips you can use to get free first-class airfare, heavy discounts at expensive restaurants, cheap gas, cheap groceries, and much more. You can use our easy reference to take advantage of these opportunities just moments from now. Remember, 32 million Americans, perhaps including you, stand to lose out on $60,000 in Social Security benefits after April 30th. Over 20 years, that's roughly 3 full years of Social Security payments gone. If you're relying on Social Security to pay your bills or fund your retirement, you need to get the Big Black Book of Income Secrets and our extra reports right away. Click the link below to go to our secure order form. Then follow the instructions so we can send these free resources to you immediately. P.S. Remember, the situation is changing every day. While we feel confident you'll have until April 30th, we do expect a rush of people filing to claim these benefits at the last minute. So please don't wait until the last day to act. You could end up stuck in the queue beyond the deadline.